Captain. The plague ship is approaching transporter range.
We are aware of that, Electroline.
Do you realize that they can turn this wonderful world?
$7.56. You still with me? I'm just going to leave you on that screen, okay? I'll narrate. I mentioned these free streaming services. Now, in 2005, I had a lot of trouble with this sort of thing, and it's the sort of thing where, like, you know, you see something in a movie and you didn't notice it the first time. And then you notice it and it connects to something else, or maybe something you realize not even about the movie, but now you see that movie and you see a little bit more to it. That's all it is. That's all this stuff is. It's just, I'm the person who figured it out in like a kind of a mechanical, like a biomechanical way, where I just, through shame and guilt, that should never belong to someone like me again. That's all I can say for myself. I don't know what other people need exactly. I can only see characters. I mentioned that, you know, I did it to myself. That's another thing. We're a part of it. We're participating. We understand what we're doing on some level. I forced myself to figure out what that level was. That's it. So I took that recording of that Star Trek episode. I went on Pluto TV, whatever this date is, the file that my phone is generating right now, it has that information for me. It's not smart enough to help me. I can't afford the wicked good phones, and I never have. Until everything collapsed so much that I had a whole bunch of power in my hand, and it was enough for me. And it's a Note 9, and this is 2022. Okay? Pluto TV is that free kind of shit that Fox News sees the value of in the way that the Washington Post is too fucking stupid to. I went to Pluto TV because I recognized not that it would be a good example for my project, but that live TV might be a really nice thing for me. Pluto TV isn't the nice thing for me. I've already had Pluto TV. It's a pale imitation of the 55 channels I was amazed with when we finally got that many. You've been telling yourself stories about fighting machines. Those machines are my friends. You've been telling stories about crazy people who aren't crazy. I was always, before I did all of this work, in your world, legitimately, medically, and legally insane. I need you to understand that people did things they didn't understand they were doing at every level, starting with my father and spreading out to everyone, including Kathleen Kennedy, everyone I paid respect to, everyone I forgave in my typings, that I finally finished today because I went on Twitter and saw the state of things and lost all faith in John Oliver to be able, with that technological tool, like the Bronze Age, this isn't Jesus stuff, it's just Bronze Age shit. That's why 25 and up, because those only people that have a chance of knowing enough history to not repeat it, and they're definitely the ones completely in charge of the resources I need to prevent them from doing that exact fucking thing. I clicked on Pluto TV after the day I've had today, whatever this day is, when I had that rant on Twitter, when I started by going after Mark Maron. I never listen to that shit. I don't like podcasts. I appreciate his voice. I appreciate that stuff he's doing. He's a therapist. He's not a comedian. He's an imperfect, good enough therapist for all y'all, and it's been that way for a while, and it was that way for my cousin, and it never helped. That man did a lot of good work. I'm about to make his good work pay off. That was my way of letting him know that. You understand what your fucking fighting actually means? Nothing. Because my fighting means love, so what the fuck do you have? Go find that fucking Star Trek episode. Try to figure out what point in that episode I turned it on to the second I found it, recognized its relevance to my narrative, and then pressed a button. Yeah, but I didn't. And that's going to be something Pluto TV, if they're any kind of ethical fucking system for this new whatever quantum age. We're in the quantum age now. That was it. I didn't even want to say it. You know why? Because I used that word a lot back in 2004 to 2005. I knew that shit. There was none of the smart people who claimed that their degrees mattered a fucking bit. None of them. They all tried to kill me for the past, I can't keep counting the years, 17 years. It's just math. I'm not that bad. That's what it sucks. Is like I impress people constantly with my ability to do basic arithmetic. That's frustrating. It doesn't make me feel good for you to say that. It doesn't make me feel good to go to the cash register and have to explain to someone why I'm giving them a particular combination of bills that will result in me getting a 5 or a 10, and the person just stares at me and wonders why I'm giving them too much money. They try to hand me back those ones. It's so frustrating. I don't want to interact with you anymore, and I love you so much. And I gotta imagine that's what we were afraid of the machines for the whole time, because they would see all of us, those fucking browser histories, and they'd love us anyway. And you know what? I just like that other video, just like 10/31/2021, I looked up, I glanced up as I was wrapping up this video, and I saw the time, and back then I made a decision, because I was so not what I am right now, that the least and the most I could possibly do is send a message by being quiet for a moment. I closed my eyes for real, just for a moment, because I went to church as a kid, and I did karate as a kid, and I know about meditation, and I know about accessing this fuzzy quantum age that we all just found ourselves in. We were already in it. We didn't even have to build any new shit. We just got to build the shit way, way better. And that's why it's the quantum age, because anyone else in that other classical age, with all the atom bombs and all that bullshit from Einstein, those fucks, and fucking Richard Feynman just fucking any fucking grad student that he fucking catches the eye of and shit. It was the whole thing, guys. Fractals, quantum, it's a big thing. I got it. Just the social part, you know, that's just the social change. Now the scientists get to try to do actual science. They already been doing it. Google has already been doing it. It's been concerning. It's been stressful to me, because I knew it meant something that I couldn't articulate. That's why it was Bo Burnham. That's why it was Dave Chappelle. That's why the hate. And that's why all the love, because I love those people. They've helped me survive long enough to do this. They did it with their art. They did it with their love the right kind of love, the challenging love. And I let that run out on its own.